Welcome everybody. Today's class is going to be a pretty continuous flow, so we'll begin in downward facing dog. I'm just taking a good minute or so here, getting centered, starting to draw our focus inward as we begin to just slow and deepen the breath. Taking whatever movements you need to start to feel more mobile in this position, so you can pedal out the feet or sway the hips, moving the shoulders. If you prefer to remain in stillness, then that's your choice too. And then we'll just get dynamic as you inhale forward, coming into a plank pose, and then exhale your way back to downward dog. Breathing in, coming forward to plank. Exhale to tilt the hips up and back, rolling through the spine, inhaling forward, and exhale gently back. When you're ready from here, inhale, kick the right heel out behind you, bend at the knee and stacking the hip. So you just start to turn the hip open. Exhale, stepping the foot forward between the hands, low lunge. And then find your way to Uttanasana, forward bend. Just taking a couple of breaths here to start with. Inhale, halfway lift up to lengthen, make space, and then exhale, squeeze the tummy muscles as you fold in, reaching the fingertips off of the right side of your mat and stretch through the side of the body. And then switching sides, taking the hands over to the left and stretch. Coming back to center, bend at the knees, and from this first one, rolling up through the spine, bone by bone. Take a big stretch at the top, hook the thumbs, gently arch back, keep the tummy strong and the thighs strong as you do this. Bring the hands to prayer at the center of the chest. We'll begin with Surya Namaskar A. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift up and lengthen. And then exhale, step one foot and then the other back to plank pose. Breathing in at the top, exhale to lower through Chaturanga half press up. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths here. Engage the lower tummy, press the chest back. Pushing the thigh bones back, soften at the knees if that helps you find more length and space through the spine. Inhale, kick the left heel high, bend at the knee and open the hip. And on your next exhale breath, start to step that foot forward between the hands. You can inhale here to lift the chest and then exhaling, step forward. Inhale to halfway lift up and lengthen. Exhale fully as you fold in. Taking your time, roll up through the spine, extend the arms overhead, arching back. Exhale, hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, step or jump your way back through to Chaturanga this time. Inhale through upward facing dog. Let the tummy muscles guide you back to downward facing dog. Breathing here. Taking one more full deep breath, and then when you're ready, step or jump your way to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift up. Exhale to fold. Breathing in, reaching up, extend. Exhale, hands come down to prayer. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, halfway lift up, keep the chest proud. Exhale, step or jump your way back to Chaturanga, that half press up place. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. Again, coming up onto your tippy toes, inhale. And as you exhale, jump the feet forward. Breathing in, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, and then inhale to rise up. Exhale, come straight back through into your forward bend this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to jump back. Breathing into upward facing dog. Keep the arms and thighs strong equally as you exhale back to downward dog. Again, either step or jump your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, squeeze the tummy muscles as you fold in. Finding chair pose next. As you inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips and reach the arms up. So here I've taken Kali Mudra, where you wrap your fingers around and just keep your index fingers pointing. And I find that this helps to squeeze my arms together. Hooking the thumbs, then inhale, reach and arch back. Exhale, fold forward, interlace the hands behind the back. And just start to draw the hands away from the bum. If you're really tight in the shoulders, you can grab a strap and hold a strap here instead. Keeping the hands joined, find your way back into chair pose as you breathe in. Keep rolling the shoulders back, engaging the tummy, and then just start to bend into the right leg as you start to kick the left heel in towards your bum, and then lengthen that leg out behind you for Warrior 3 with the arms bound behind us. Extending out through the toes, through the crown of the head. Gently step your way back into a lunge, reaching the arms overhead. Keep extending out through the fingertips, and then we'll just cactus the arms here. Curl the tailbone forward as you lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades together on the back. Exhale, step your way to plank pose and lower through chaturanga, inhaling into upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. We'll start to head our way towards some standing balances next to continue to build heat and steady the mind as we move through this short practice today. So when you're ready, finding your way back to forward fold, however you prefer. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to close in. Bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the arms up into chair pose. Bring the hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Take a big inhale from center. Exhale to twist towards your right side. Trying to keep the knees and hips square so your knees don't jut out of line with each other. You can have a quick glance down as you twist. Let the tummy muscles do most of the twisting action. Hopefully you're comfortable with your left elbow to right knee, but if not, bring it up to a hover. And then inhale, lift the chest back to center. Exhale to twist towards the left. So tummy twists you, and then as you close the chest to the thighs, perhaps the opposite elbow reaches the knee. If not, let it stay at a hover. Turning the chest towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Settle here. Coming back into the balance on the other foot. So weight into the left foot as you pick the right heel up. And then start to tilt the chest forwards. Brief Warrior 3. And then lightly step the toes to the back of your mat as you come into a lunge. Cactus the arms once more so we find this nice active back bend here as you sink into the front thigh. Turn the tailbone forward, lift the heart up. On your next exhale, step your way back into plank pose. Take a couple of breaths holding this posture, thighs strong, tummy strong, arms hug towards each other as if you're trying to squeeze a ball between the arms. On your next exhale, lower to chaturanga. Hold the position if you can for a brief second, and then breathe in, tummy strong as you dive through into upward facing dog. Pausing here, roll the shoulders back, and if you can, drop back into chaturanga, that half press up place, and then push up and back to downward facing dog. So just a little extra strength work today for the arms. Keep engaging your lower tummy. Inhale, kick the right heel out behind you, lengthen, bend at the knee, open the hip as if you're trying to kick the left bum cheek, and then step the foot forward between the hands, coming back into that high lunge position, cactusing the arms, find that nice active back bend so you feel the muscles of the spine curling you back here as you keep lifting the heart up, draw the shoulders back. Good, so this time keep the arms in that cactus position, rock the weight forward, come into Warrior 3 once more as you kick the left heel back. You can find some active back bend here as you lift the chest and then start to draw that leg forward, keeping the knee bent to start with. And then you can either modify this by keeping your knee bent and just bringing your left hand to the knee, otherwise wrapping peace fingers around the inner edge of your big toe, extending the leg fully. Other hand can just stay at the hip. Keeping a bend in your standing leg will help to work that leg a little bit harder. So just showing you the modified variation there. Coming into eagle pose next, then cross that thigh over your standing leg. And you can either bind the foot around your calf or just leave it sitting beside the leg. So like you were sitting cross-legged at a desk. And then the arms do the same. So right arm wraps under the left, bend at the elbows and bind the palms if you can. Otherwise, just draw the backs of the hands towards each other, lifting the elbows as you sit down into the legs. So you get a really nice stretch between the shoulder blades here. If you can, we're going to unravel and come into half moon pose. If you wobble, if you fall, just step out and come back in. Right fingertips to the floor, left toes facing the left side wall. Turning the chest open. And then bringing both hands to the floor, squaring up the hips so the back toes turn to face the ground for standing split. And then we're going to bend this knee in. And reach your left hand back to reach for the foot or grab for the foot for dancer's pose. So quite strong to push back up into standing from there. Trying to find the back bend of dancer's pose as you kick the foot back into the hand, rolling the shoulder open, puff the chest forward. And then bringing the fingertips back to the floor and just step the left knee to the outside of the right foot. So a bit confusing to start with. But then we just sit the hips down. And if this is too strong or if you didn't quite land in the right way, you can always extend out the bottom leg. So you're in an easier variation. Otherwise, you have the left foot wrapping around the right hip, right foot crossing over the left knee. And then we'll inhale, lengthen up, and exhale, twisting towards the right. And you can just wrap the arm around that top knee, looking over the back shoulder. When you're ready, just gently unraveling. And then we're going to spin the right leg back so that we come into pigeon pose on the left side. So if you're tight in the hips, you might need to press down and adjust, finding a little back bend here. So the left shin is diagonal to the front of your mat is a generally a good place to start. And then folding forward. Pressing down into the floor, roll up through the spine, tuck the back toe under, and stepping your way back, kick the left heel to the sky for three-legged downward dog, bend at the knee and open the hip. So we get to do it all again on the other side. On an exhale breath, step the left foot forward between the hands, finding your way up into high lunge, cactus the arms. Open the chest, draw the elbows back, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, start to tip the chest forward, rock the weight into the left foot as the right foot picks up, warrior three, reaching the arms back, just lifting the chest so you feel the back muscles engaged. Hands come to prayer at the center of the chest, and then bending the right knee out in front of you. You can either just bring the right hand to hold at the knee to modify, or your peace fingers can wrap around the inner edge of your big toe, extending the leg. And then you're just trying to pull the right shoulder back into its socket, or the right arm back into the socket, if you have the space to do that. Hand comes to the hip, bending that right knee and now crossing it over the left thigh for eagle pose. So you can either just cross the thighs over, or if the right toes can wrap around the back of the left calf, then make the bind. And then left arm crosses under the right, wrapping the hands. Sitting down into the legs, lifting up through the arms. If you can, we're going to unravel to half moon pose. So left fingertips come to the floor. Right toes to face the side wall. Extend, opening the chest, turning the tummy towards the ceiling. Or the bottom half of the tummy towards the ceiling. So you get this nice kind of stretchy, twisty feeling across the belly. And then find your way to standing split very briefly. Bending that back leg in, seeing if the right hand can reach for the toes, and then re-stand up for dancer's pose. Kicking the right foot back into the hands. Puff the chest forward. And then exhale, release the hands, bend the right knee to the outside edge of your left heel. and sit the bum back down to the floor. So if that did not feel good for you, just come to the bum and then crossing the left foot over the right, and the right heel wraps around the left hip. Or you can keep the right leg extended if you prefer. Inhale, lengthen up, and exhale to twist to your left side. As long as it's comfy on your neck, take the gaze over the left shoulder. So you're just turning the head to face the back wall. Coming back to center, and then we're just going to swing that left leg out behind you. So we're in pigeon pose on the right side. So just adjust yourself for your comfort. And then inhale, lift the chest, gently leaning back. And then when you're ready, turning this into a forward fold. So you start to walk the hands forward. So just one more full breath here. And this time swing the back leg back around to the front of your mat. So you have both feet now extended out in front of you as we prepare to close our practice today. Inhale, lift up and lengthen, and then exhale, start to tip forward, coming into a nice deep forward bend. Keep the chest proud. And so if your hands don't comfortably reach for the feet like mine do here, you can hold on to the shins. Or again, if you have a strap to hand, a strap can wrap over the feet. Rather than over curving forward, just keep pulling the chest forward, keep the gaze ahead of you. And then just a little boat pose to bring us down onto our back. So you can support this by keeping the heels down to the floor, otherwise finding this V shape as the tummy squeezes into the thighs. Big inhale. And then exhale slowly, lowering back to the floor at your own slowest pace. You can drop the elbows to help you or the heels to help you. Once you're fully laying back, find your way into Shavasana. Let the legs go out wide, allow the feet to roll outwards, softening the shoulders, close the eyes and slow the breath. So it's been another really short practice today. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay here for as long as you have time to, just slowing your breath. And I'll see you again soon for another video. Thank you for joining me, and please support the channel by subscribing. See you next time.